12th day straight working on Windows. As in, working on window. You know what I mean. Okay, where was I? Isn't that the question? Oh yeah, this one. I wanted to understand a bit about event handling, and I also realized it could make my life a little bit easier if I made this a zig function and internally just called Z library. Same for this one. Oh no, maybe that one. I can just leave it as is. Should probably handle all of these. Too long. Yeah, I gotta check what that means. Because the connect data is something that gets used quite often, even when you use any other element on the screen. Yeah, but to be fair, it doesn't matter. I think once I just clean it up, I can continue on to day 2 after like 4 days. Blah 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 blah. Side GTK. Okay, let's just go through it. The most basic input devices that every computer user has interacted with are keyboard and mice. Beyond these, GTK supports touchpads, touchscreens, more exotic input devices such as graphics tablets. Inside GTK, every such input device is represented by GTK device object. To simplify dealing with the variability between these input devices, GTK has a concept of logical and physical devices. Music changed, freaked me out. Still a bit loud though. Much better. I lost where I was. Okay, here. GTK has a concept of logical and physical devices. The concrete physical devices have many different characteristics. Mice may have 2 or 3 or 8 buttons. Keyboards have different layouts and may or may not have separate number block, etc. Are represented as physical devices. Each physical device is associated with a virtual logical device. Logical devices always come in pointer/keyboard pairs. Right. Okay. You can think of such a pair as a seat. Okay. The widgets generally deal with logical devices and thus can be used with any pointing device or keyboard. Right. So at this layer, it doesn't matter what the physical device is. Maybe. Okay. When a user interacts with an input device, example, moves a mouse or presses a key on the keyboard, GTK receives events from the windowing system. These are typically directed at a specific surface. For pointer events, the surface under the pointer GTK receives events from the windowing system directed at a specific surface or pointer events. The surface under the pointer. For keyboard events, the surface with the keyboard focus. Okay. GTK, I don't know what GTK is. That's new. I'm guessing it's kind of like a higher level abstraction. Translates these raw windowing system events into GTK events. Aha. Okay, this is what I needed to know. Typical input events are button clicks, pointer motion, key presses, and or touch events. These are all represented as GTK events, but you can differentiate between different events by looking at their type. Gotcha. And then you can just switch it. Boom. Easy. Easy. Some events, such as touch events or button press release pairs, are connected into each other in an event sequence. That what? Univocally. What does that mean? Is that how you say it? Univocally. Identifies event. Whoa. Okay, mic's always too loud. That identifies events that are related to the same interaction. When GTK creates a GTK surface, it connects to the event signal on it. On what? Which receives all these input events. Surfaces have signals and properties. Not sure. The surface is the new thing. Does it mean... I don't know. Function which initially receives input events on GTK side is responsible for a number of tasks. Find the widget which got the event. Generate crossing, i.e. enter and leave events when the focus or hover location change from one widget to another. Send the event to widgets. Okay. Ah, right, like mouse enter, mouse leave. Okay, so far it's just like HTML. An event is propagated just like HTML. Down, oh, but it only goes. Oh, I think it's just like HTML. Propagate down and up the widget hierarchy in 3 ways towards a target widget. Like it's in HTML, it only goes up, like bubbles up. Oh, it's the same here. Capture. Oh, okay, I see. Goes further down, and then events bubble up. Makes sense. For key events, the top level window gets a first shot at activating mnemonics and accelerators. That does not consume the events. The target widget, new jet. Target widget for event propagation is Windows current focus widget. Kinda. Think I get it. If you focus on the button when you click it, I guess. Right. For pointed events, the target widget is determined by picking the widget at the event's coordinates. Interesting. See this? They say these things. I'll search for it. And nothing comes back. Oh, okay. This one I found. Whoa, go back. No. I don't know how I found that. Hey Taras. Yeah, I don't know how to find that. Oh, okay. This one. Input handling. For pointed events, the target widget is determined. Yeah, okay, we read this. In the first phase, the event is delivered to each widget from topmost down to target window. Okay, so it goes all the way through. It's kind of the opposite of HTML. Because HTML, it goes from the target all the way up. Okay, otherwise, sort of the same. Having controllers that are attached with phase capture. Okay, can't find that. Wonder you can find it. No. GNOME developer docs. Looks pretty cool. Neat. Okay, where was I? Events are not delivered to a widget which is insensitive or unmapped. Okay. Anytime during the propagation phase, a controller may indicate that a received event was consumed and propagation should... Oh, okay. Propagation should therefore be stopped. Interesting. If gestures are used, this may happen when the gesture claims the event touch sequence for its own. I don't care about that. Keyboard event input. I don't know if I want to read. Okay, I'm almost done. I don't need to read this. I can read this. Okay, every GTK window maintains a single focus location. This focus widget is the target widget for key events sent to window. A single focus location. The focus widget is the target widget for key events sent to the window. Okay, interesting. Only widgets which have focusable set to true can become the focus. Typically these are input controls such as entries or text fields. Okay, gotcha. For example, buttons can take the focus too. Got it. It's like you can tab through stuff. Input widgets can be given the focus by clicking on them. Focus can also be moved around with certain key events. Excuse me. I called it tab. Sorry. The tab key to remove the focus to the next location. GTK receives the tab key to move the focus to the next location and shift plus tab to move back. In addition, many containers allow directional I don't know, for some reason I was reading it as bidirectional. I need some water. My words are sticking. Many widgets can be activated. Trigger. Why I did that? That's funny. Many widgets can be activated to trigger and an example, you can activate a button or switch by clicking on them, but you can also activate them with keyboard by using some keys. Apart from keyboard navigation and directly type into text views, GTK uses key events activating shortcuts. Okay. Different kinds of shortcuts. Control Q. Yep. Mnemonics. Okay. Accelerators are any shortcuts that are activated regardless of where the focus is. It's like global actions. Okay. Mnemonics are usually triggered using Alt as a modifier for a letter. These are used in places where a label is associated with a control and are indicated by underlying the letter in the label. Cold. Either like too cold or too warm. not well conditioned, the air. They are in places where a label is associated with a control and are indicated by underlining. I don't understand that. There's a special case inside menus. Ah, gotcha. Okay, I see. I see. I don't have any menus. Well, don't know what that is. No idea. But okay. Mnemonics can be triggered without the modifier. Okay. What's the modifier? Never mind. I don't really need these. Key bindings are specific to individual widgets, such as Control C, Control V. Oh, they're only triggered when the widget has focus. Interesting. GTK handles accelerators and mnemonics in a global scope. Totally distracted. GTK handles... Right, okay. Both of them are globe. Key binding is local. During the target phase. Never mind. I think all of this not that necessary. Text input, don't need to use any widgets. Event controllers. Event controllers are standalone objects that can perform specific... For some reason I thought that was a link. It isn't. Phone received GTK events. These are tied to a widget and can be told... Excuse me. Some water. Is that tied to a widget and can be told of the event propagation phase at which they will manage the events. Gestures are a set of specific controllers that are prepared to handle pointer and or touch events. Each gesture implementation attempts to recognize excuse me, specific actions out of the received events, notifying of the state/progress accordingly to let the widget react to those. Don't get it. Okay, basically look in GTK events. That's what I understand. Okay. I think that's, I mean, kind of makes sense. Nothing crazy there. But I still don't know anything about how to communicate. Oh no, I do. So what I need to find out is how can I get the events associated with a application so that I can handle things like when the window is closed. That makes sense. I think it makes sense to me. Now, I just read about it. No. I lost it. Input and event handling. Yeah, there was here. Get real state. No. Vent real get state. I don't know what I'm doing here. Just curious, I guess. I will come back to that. GTK event. Whoa, what's an angle? Events get center. No, I don't think this is it. Maybe here? Actions. An application can register a set of actions that it supports in addition to the default activate and open. Actions are added to the application with the G-Action Map interface and invoked or queried with G-Action Group interface. Oh. Calling G-Action Group activate action on a remote instance will send the message to the primary instance. What do you mean a remote instance? Let's have a look. need this one. Too sure. Leave this out. Oh no, I need that. Interesting. Can just use a GNOME builder. Perfect. This is the XML. I like this. Pretty cool. Okay, what I want to see is main.c. Okay, it just calls. G settings. Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking at here. Oh, it can have been a set. It's an application. Oh, that's good. Okay, so you can get the active window as well. It's good to know. Know what I'm looking for. Show about class init. I don't know, for some reason my PSA fucking hurts. Toggle dark mode. Okay, application init. Why is it using G settings? Okay, I don't understand this example. Okay, they include it here. Isn't that like a theme or something? I saw this somewhere. can use JavaScript? That's crazy. Imports.gi version. Must be Node, right? Not JavaScript. What is Vala? Oh, it uses G-object type system. Interesting. I mean, it's really doing the same thing. It's pretty cool. Maybe can I look at? No. I forgot why I came here. Totally lost. Oh yeah, I remember, but I think not necessary. Can I look at another example? This is pretty cool. I like this, but I mean, although I don't need it right now. Still useful though. How do they handle input? Hey, the bit wielder. I think I remember you too. I don't know from where. Oh no, maybe you were here a long time ago. Okay. That's a bit, but I'll take it. I'm good. How are you doing? Just kind of lost at the moment. I mean, with GTK, not with everything else. Primary versus local. Yeah, this is what I want to know. Exposes a set of signals or virtual function that, excuse me, ah fuck, okay, I get it now, maybe. Trying to fix a radio for the past 4 hours and I'm this close to taking a hammer to it. Not sure if the hammer will fix it though. Might not be the right tool of choice. Yeah, fair. Maybe it's basic the hammer, that's why it's not working. Okay, I think I got it. Finally. So you gotta do this for... What is activate again? Use the default first window of the application. This corresponds to the application being launched by the desktop environment. Signal connect. Jeez. So I can handle shutdown, startup. So applications are interested in being told what needs to happen when it needs to happen. What? Okay, what needs to happen when it needs to happen? In response to actions from a user, the exact mechanism by which the operating system starts applications is uninteresting. I'll take your word for it. To this end, GTK application exposes a set of signals an application should respond to. Okay. There's only 4, which is good. Sets up the application when it first starts, activates, and opens. Opens files and shows them in a new window. This corresponds to someone trying to open a document using the application from the file browser. Okay, gotcha. This one I don't care. So it's only the first. Even the startup. Do I really care? I think it's just shut down. How do you handle these? GTK handle. Where is it? What am I handling? Application signals. I'm not sure that's the answer. Signals. Emit when the session manager is about to end the set. Okay, so these are the signals. Let me ask Cloud. When working with GTK applications, how can I handle flash receive get I don't know, you get it. Signals. Okay, I see. So you gotta use this. What's the difference between signal connect and signal connect? I know, what's it called? There it is, this one. I'm using it. Using sick. What do I do with the handler ID? Manage signal connection after you've created it. Interesting. Okay, you can also block it. Okay, it's good to know. Const activate signal handler ID. Just defer G signal. What was it? Handler disconnect. Is there two ends in disconnect? Yeah. What does it need? A G pointer and a handler ID. Guessing it's the app and then activate. Okay, that's one thing handled. No, leave that there. Handle that down event. Okay, where can I read more about what's it called again? Signal connect. Connect and data methods. Okay. Thanks, Cloud. What's this? Oh, that's G object. Don't need that. Don't need that. Nope. Okay. So what am I looking for here? Callbacks. Signals. Okay, here we go. You're connecting handlers to signals and using a GObject instance as your signal handler user data. You should remember to pair calls to signal connect with disconnect. While signal handlers are automatically disconnected when the object emitting the signal is finalized, they are not automatically disconnected when the signal handler user data is destroyed. if the user data is G object instance. There are two strategies for managing such user data. Okay, I mean that's fine. Okay, what's this one? The first is to disconnect the first signal handler. The user data is finalized. This has to be implemented manually for non-threaded programs. G-signal connect object can be used to implement this automatically. Currently, however, it's unsafe to use in threaded programs. The second is to hold a strong reference on user data until after the signal is disconnected for other reasons. The first approach is recommended, as the second approach can result in effective memory leaks of the user data if the signal handler is never disconnected. Don't worry, I got it. I mean, I can't use the first one because it causes time errors because of a macro. It's a pain in the ass. Connects. Okay, I think I'd like to get the window stuff done today. Because my guess is once I set it up, I don't need to look back at it for a while. Connects a G callback function to a signal for a particular object. Similar to G-signal connect, but allows to provide closure notify for the data. Oh, okay, interesting. So that's what that's for. That's what that's for. Word salad. For the data which will be called when the signal handler is disconnected and no longer used. Specify connect flags if you need after or swapped variants of this function. I guess don't need it. Can be null. What is the data? Data. Yeah, what is it? This function cannot fail. I like that. If the given signal name doesn't exist, a critical warning is emitted. No validation is performed on the detail string. Other than a non-empty check. And we'll check. Yeah, I think I just checked it. The data is owned by the caller of the function. Data to pass to the handler calls. I'm not sure what that is. I'm guessing it's the callback. Maybe? No, I don't think so. I'm guessing this is a method. What's G closure? Represents a callback supplied by the programmer. Okay. I guess for now, not necessary. But later, you can think about it. Connect flags. What are these? Connect default after swapped. I think default is fine. Okay. So I guess to handle shutdown, all I need is, oops. Shut down. And I'll change that in a bit. Then defer. Shut down handler ID. Copy this. Handle shut down. I'll leave this empty for now. Use when needed. Maybe I can just print something. Debug dot print. Shut down. Maybe you can print this too. Activates. Sig build run. Okay, interesting. There's two activate. Why didn't I get the shutdown? Oh, because I'm calling. Activate. I can just call it shutdown. When I close it, beautiful, perfect. That will do for now. I think this one, oh. Actually, I'd like to see what standard debug print any user data. It's null. Okay. Guess nothing's passed. Okay. Still work? Okay. Perfect. I think that's all the window stuff done for now. Window stuff is done for now. Let me think. Is there anything else we did on the first video? Actually, it's day 2. Don't think so. There were messages. Actually, there is one more thing. There's no loop right now. Where would I handle that? Required to run their own main event loop. Any code of yours? Main event loop. The main event loop manages. Is this what I'm looking for? Yeah, I think so. Maybe manages all the available sources of events for glib and GTK applications. Yeah, I know. There's one more thing I'd like to do. Right now, there's nothing drawn in the window. Let me ask, what's this? Whoa. Okay, I think just read this quick. Oh yes. This is what I'm looking for. The main event loop manages all the available sources for events for glib and GTK applications. These can come from different types of sources such as file descriptors, types of sockets, and timeouts. New types of event sources can be added. Source attach. Okay. To allow multiple independent sets of sources to be handled in different threads, each source is associated with a gmain context. Gmain context can only be running in a single thread, but sources can be added to it and removed from it from other threads. All functions which operate on a gmain context or built in gsource are thread safe. Each event source is assigned a priority. The default priority G priority default is 0. Value less than 0 denote higher priorities. It's weird. I think they kind of messed up there. They could have gone the other way. Values less than 0 denote higher priorities, and values greater than 0 denote lower priorities. So the higher, the worse. Events from high priority sources are always processed before events from low priority. Idle functions can also be added and assigned the priority. These will be run whenever no events with a higher priority are ready to be processed. The main loop data type represents a main event loop. Main loop is created with main loop new after adding the initial event sources. Gmain loop run is called. This continuously checks for new events from each of the event sources and dispatches them. Finally, the processing of an event from leads to main loop quit. It also is possible to create new instances of, cursively. I think I'm looking in the wrong place. Polling, dispatching, initial, prepared, and poll again. Can I like set background or something? My guess is I gotta add like a box that fills the space and then set its background. Let me ask my good friend Cloud again. When using GTK window, do I need to append a box first and set its background. Also, where and when do I the main loop? Excuse me. Okay. However, using a container is often a good practice. I don't need to care about layouts. Get CSS provider. There's no getting away from CSS, is it? It's just everywhere. Can I just not set a color? Run GTK main. There's application run flow as well. Wheel. Okay, so it seems like the idle callback is the best. I just realized I never asked this question. Okay, let me set the background first. I don't like that I have to use CSS. Mm-hmm. Where does he use the... Oh, okay, here. Modify background. I think because it's in GTK. It's mm-hmm. What does he want to do? Make it... I don't care about transparency. Maybe sets a background color. Like... Yep. don't get it. Am I missing something? Okay, I guess I gotta use CSS. Do I even have access to CSS provider? No, I didn't think so. GTK CSS provider. Get style provider. Okay, just returns, takes nothing. Then how do I provided a load from data? What's this window stuff? Okay, that's right. GTK, what's it called again? Style context at no, CSS provided. CSS provider from data. I mean, this could actually be good. I could just have a file and I can load it from file. Background. Maybe I can use Tailwind. That'd be fun. FFF 3 3. Is that it? And what's that -1? That's the style size. Length of the data. Length is now -1. The code assumes it is not null terminated. Okay, gotcha. It is null terminated because it's a string. then negative. And then what was the last one? Oh. Turns nothing. Okay. Now how do I add it to the window? Add provider. Okay. So what to use instead? Add provider for display. Display provider priority. Okay. What's a GTK display? Well, the whole thing is deprecated. That one's deprecated too. Get. Okay, set CSS classes. That looks kind of right. Widget and the class. Okay, I think that seems easier. Okay. Widget set. Fix a widget, which is window, and then the string. Oh. Hang on. What is a jar star? Oops. Damn, my C is quite bad. So I'm passing it a const u8, but it needs move whatever that is. What's the difference between the two? Toe. Oh no, fuck's sakes, not that. C style pointer to C style pointer to U8. Oh, really? That's it? I don't know how that solves it. Yeah, I don't think so. Because it needs a slice of a slice. What does that mean? Const point has alignment 1, but that one has alignment 8. It's like null terminated U8. Can you show me an example? The fuck is this? Let me. Maybe if I'm lucky. Nothing. I don't know. I think it's stretching my understanding of C. Okay, let me just try again. Have a look at the error. Like to type that. I found this instead. Maybe. Maybe there's an example. Okay, you know what? That's a problem for tomorrow. Two. This does not work yet. Actually, let me ask Cloud. How can you fix this? An array of CSS class names. Just uses a whole new method. No, fuck that shit. Okay, it says add an array of CSS class names. Oh, fuck. Yeah. I didn't look at the function name at all. Okay, that makes sense. Fair enough. I don't know how to do it yet. Background. And then what else I gotta do? Oh yeah. Main loop. Both of which I don't know how to do yet. Whatever. Don't need to commit this. Okay, I guess that's it. Damn, progress is like snail pace. Either ways, that is progress, so can't complain. Alright, gonna call it a day there. Thank you for watching and have a good day, whatever's left of it. See ya.